So guess what? How could there be a conspiracy global about COVID? How could you think they're talking to every doctor about? By the way, yes, yes. My doctor told me that they had sent out the CDC had sent out letters to every medical department in every city and state in the country, warning them don't prescribe ivermectin or else you're going to get in big trouble. You tell me they're not 100% captured by big pharma. And so here's more of it. Watch this. South African doctor who discovered the Omicron variant slams pressure from countries to make the virus sound worse than it actually is. What? Because, Omicron presents as a cold. Much less severe than Delta. And that's even according, Fauci admits that. But what actually happened? Because I remember they wanted to still scare people about Omicron. I went to someone's house and she's like, are you vaccinated? Are you boosted? I'm like, no, I'm not going to get the boosters. They go, but Omicron, she says. And I go, I'm not going to get the booster for Omicron. It presents as a cold. And she goes, yeah, but it's more contagious. Well, who gives a fuck if you get a cold? Do you see that it's the circular logic, but it's more contagious. Yeah, but it's less severe. So why do you care? The South African doctor who discovered the Omicron strain has revealed she was pressured into describing the variant as more dangerous than it really is. Who would that serve? That would serve Big Pharma. That's who that would serve. Dr. Angelique Coetzee was one of the first to report the new variant in November last year and said it caused mild symptoms for those in her country. But she claims she was told by scientists and politicians from around the globe that her description was wrong. If you are getting your news about COVID from the corporate media, you are being lied to by people who are taking millions of dollars from Big Pharma who are making billions of dollars off of COVID. Because of all COVID's mutations, all of these scientists and politicians who aren't from South Africa were contacting me, telling me I was wrong when I spoke out, that it was a serious disease. They were telling me I had no idea what I was talking about. They kept attacking me. Interesting, huh? In South Africa, it is a lighter disease, but in Europe, it has been a serious illness, which is what the politicians want me to say. There has been a lot of pressure from European scientists and politicians who have said, please don't say it's a mild illness. This doesn't sound like science. This sounds like politics. Or as Al Pacino would say, politics. The GP said those who had contracted the variant in South Africa experienced much milder symptoms compared to the Delta strain, often only experienced a sore throat and some fatigue. They are accusing me of lying, of downplaying Omicron because of how it has been in Europe. In their minds, it is impossible for the disease with more than 38 mutations to be mild. Dr. Coetzee, who is also the chair of the South African Medical Association, said Omicron was more serious for the unvaccinated, but was mild for the majority of those who caught it. She said she couldn't understand why politicians wouldn't listen to her, despite her seeing the effects firsthand. Well, I've got 33.5 billion reasons why Pfizer would want you to lie. Because that's how much money they're going to make just in 2021 off of their cure for the virus or their vaccine. That's how much money in 1 year the Pfizer is going to make. $33.5 billion. And they're not sending it to poor countries because there ain't no fucking money in it. So there you go. You keep listening to CNN and Rachel Maddow. You keep getting your moronic. You keep going. Keep going. Hang on. Let me find this. Oh my God. Here, I should send this to you, Steph. Another tweet by a former person I used to respect, just clutching to the establishment COVID narrative, just clutching, hanging on with every bit of not letting go the fear of Omicron. I'm not letting it go. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so there you go. Now you know you're being propagandized at every turn about Omicron. And why they're doing it? They're doing it for fucking money, because there's not tens of billions of dollars. There's hundreds of billions of dollars at stake here. And people will kill you for $50, let alone $1 billion, let alone 33.5 billion in 1 year. And if you believe the narrative around COVID and the narrative about the vaccines coming from the establishment, you are a sucker on purpose. Hey, we're doing live stand-up comedy in Philadelphia on February 20th. We just added a second show. And February 26th, back here in Los Angeles, go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all our live shows.